What's up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, and today I'm here with Beyond the Thrills, Nick, again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to our new podcast. So we want to introduce the podcast, Jason?
Yeah, so today we are starting a brand new podcast that we like to call The Thrill Life. We are going to be doing this every week in which we talk about all the latest news in the theme park and roller coaster world.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get started with this. You'll be able to listen to this. Well, no, you're obviously watching us right now on his YouTube channel, and you can also listen to us. Say you're driving in the car one day and want to get up to date on all the theme park and amusement park news. Hey, go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and check us out on there. So, yeah, let's get right into today's episode with our first topic. There it is. SeaWorld San Antonio's announces their new attraction for 2023, Catapult Falls, the world's first launched log flume. So why don't you give them a little bit of a background on it?
Yes, so Catapult Falls, it was announced yesterday, September 27th. It will be the first launched log flume in the world. Interestingly, they're calling it a flume coaster. Whether or not it's actually a roller coaster, I don't know. I'm on the side that it's not a roller coaster, although that's up to you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
And actually, it'll have a launch rate of 30 feet per second, which I find interesting. For a log flume, that's actually pretty impressive.
It's a cool concept. Like, if I ever get out to SeaWorld San Antonio, you've been there. So do you know where they're putting it in the park exactly?
Yep. And it's going to be right where their old log flume was. They used to have a log flume way back in the day called Texas Splashdown. And they're putting in a new log flume in the exact same land where their old one used to be a long time ago.
That's cool history then.
And I know because when I went to SeaWorld San Antonio 2.5 years ago, that whole land was blocked off, but you could still see the troughs in the station for where the old log flume was when you rode Steel Eel.
That's right. Yeah.
But we don't really have anything to compare this to because there aren't any other launched log flumes in the world. This is the world's first.
Yeah. I mean, you told me this. What was it? Either yes. Yeah, it had to have been yesterday because they announced it yesterday. You're not too sure how to feel about it in terms of engineering because you said Intamin has a bad reputation with log flumes or something like that.
That's my big thing that worries me with this ride is that Intamin, especially in North America, Intamin has kind of a bad history with water rides.
I mean, you said the one at Cedar Point, right?
Yeah, Shoot the Rapids. It had a boat flip over and injure 7 riders.
And when was this?
2013.
Okay, that's right.
That ride only lasted 5 years. And also Infinity Falls at SeaWorld Orlando. I know that's a River Rapids ride, but it took way too long to build, and it opened 4 months late because of technical issues during the testing.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But like I said, I haven't been to SeaWorld San Antonio, but if I ever get the chance to go there, I'll without a doubt check this out. I mean, if you've watched his channel for a long time, you know there's oftentimes he'll go to a park and just ride the coasters and nothing else, where I will often go on the drop tower, the log flume, some of the flat rides, family rides. Like, I'm into checking pretty much everything out, where sometimes you're just like, even the smallest parks, I'll go on any of the rides, but then you get your credits and you're out sometimes. But would you go on this?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Now, and I just realized this. I didn't even have this in my notes, but another Intamin water ride that had problems, the one at Holiday World. What was it called? Pilgrim's Plunge. That's what it was called.
That's right. Yeah, that one I did know about. Yeah. Wow.
And I've been to Holiday World twice. You can still see the troughs in the station. It's all still there for that ride. But bottom line, Intamin needs to get better at making water rides.
Yeah, for sure. So,
actually, it launches over an airtime hill. Think like Copperhead Strike, but in log flume form. I wonder if it'll give airtime. I don't know.
I mean, probably not as crazy as the airtime on Coal Cracker at Hershey Park. I mean,
Yeah,
that
we
was crazy.
that gives ejector.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say SeaWorld San Antonio they have a Journey to Atlantis clone. Is it a clone or is it different than the other ones?
San Antonio, SeaWorld San Antonio. That one's actually different from the other ones. That one's a what's it called? Super Splash, I think, where it goes up. There's a couple of turntables, and then it goes around, goes down a dip, and then another turntable, and then down the splashdown.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's the same type of ride as Atlantica Super Splash at Europa Park.
Okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. So this Catapult Falls, Journey to Atlantis, do they have any other water rides?
Yeah, Rio Loco, which is their River Rapids ride, which I'm pretty sure is Spanish for crazy river, I think.
Okay, so this will be their third water attraction. I'm sure they've had things come and go over the years, but that's there now. This will be the third?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I think I haven't been on any of the Journey to Atlantis coasters, but from what I've heard and what you've told me, I think of the three water attractions, this will be the best one.
I think so. Actually, SeaWorld San Antonio, they're marketing it as the world's steepest flume coaster. I find that
I was going to say, how do you feel about them advertising it as a coaster?
So for those of you watching who don't know, I'm a marketing student. I'm studying marketing. So that was the first thing that stood out to me when I watched the video. That was like, I don't know how I feel about that. It has a drop angle of 53 degrees, which is pretty impressive, except if you were talking about just normal log flumes, that isn't really correct. Because I know the one at Dollywood, Daredevil Falls, has a drop of 60 degrees. And I don't even know if that's the world's steepest.
Yeah, I'm not positive on that. Like I said, if either of us knows more about Dollywood, it's him. So, yeah, overall, I think it's going to be a really cool addition to the park. Like I said, I hope I'm able to go to SeaWorld San Antonio someday. They have Texas Stingray, Steel Eel. They have so many great roller coasters, and I really like the name too, Catapult Falls. That's a cool name.
Mm-hmm. And then while you're in San Antonio, lump in Six Flags Fiesta Texas as well.
Well, yeah, you can't pass up that either. All right, so now let's move on to our next topic, which this could be a longer section considering I kind of have a lot I'd like to say about this. It's none other than El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure determined structurally compromised since the incident from August 25th. So here's what I'd like to say real quick. No one died. No one fell from the tracks. So if that's what you read online, it's false. Now, I know we probably have a lot of coaster enthusiasts watching this that already know the truth, the facts. But for those of you that don't know, no one died. Yes, riders after the ride, the ride made it back to the station. Ride operators just heard a loud bang, and then they heard and could hear riders getting jolted from the car. And no surprise here, where did this happen? At the bottom of the Rolling Thunder Hill, because there has been a pothole there for a number of years now. And I still can't understand why the park, even after it derailed last year, why they haven't fixed it. But for some reason, they haven't fixed it. So one person, I have it right here. Supposedly, one person suffered a neck injury, 2 had back injuries, and 2 others were being treated for mouth/tongue injuries. And like I said, it happened at the bottom of the Rolling Thunder Hill. So a field investigation took place after the incident on August 25th, and they found structural damage to multiple wooden track supports in the area where the incident happened. And also, the ride completed its normal cycle. All guests exited the ride without any need of assistance. They could just feel it when they got off the ride. So, like I said, if if you're watching this and someone made a TikTok that says, guest riders died on El Toro, that did not happen. So
coaster enthusiasts love to spread false rumors.
I'm not even just talking coaster enthusiasts. They'll just be random park goers that go around and will just use any hashtags or make anything to get views, even if it's not true.
Hashtag Kentucky canceled. Remember that? Keys to the Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean it's happened. It's happened a lot. So, what do you think of the future of El Toro, Jason?
I don't know. You mentioned the rolling Thunder Hill with the pothole. I've ridden it 8 times in over the course of my 2 visits to that park. And yeah, the rolling Thunder Hill, it's so strong airtime wise, but at the bottom is a pretty nasty pothole. It's a pretty nasty jolt.
Yeah, it's noticeable, and I've been on it way more than 8 times, and I can't, even to this day, I can't like not notice it. Like you still feel it.
Yeah, and also the far turnaround, that's pretty rough as well.
There's a lot they should have done after it derailed in 2021, but or was it 2020? No, it was 2021, right?
Last year.
Yeah, last year. That's what I thought. There's a lot they could have done. I still think the first half is great, the first drop, the camelbacks, but there are sections that I'm surprised they didn't retrack. But, I mean, I don't know.
I'm worried about the future of that ride. It's so good. It won USA Today poll this year for best roller coaster in North America. So it's clearly good. It's won 2 Golden Ticket Awards for best wooden coaster as well.
Yeah, it's in both of our top 5s, right?
Yeah. You know what I wish Six Flags would do to that ride? I wish they would give it the Colossus treatment. Because like when Heidi Park, when they closed Colossus in 2016, they closed it for 2.5 years to give it a complete refurbishment. And look what that ride is now. That ride gets nothing but rave reviews, and people say it's even better than it was before.
Yeah, exactly. But here's what really worries me. The fact that it derailed last year and then there was an incident this year is why I think the future of the ride isn't too bright. Now, like I said, we could be entirely wrong. It could reopen next season. They could do a ton of work to it this offseason. We don't know. It's all speculation. But based off the events that has happened in like a 2-year span, that's what it is. It's the fact that it happened so close to each other. So say it derailed last year, it's all fine. And then 6 years from now, this incident that took place, it happened 6 years from now. Then that's a little different. The fact that it happened so close to each other is why I think not only New Jersey inspectors, but just Six Flags in general may just say it's time.
Yeah, this incident has convinced me, and I think a lot of other enthusiasts as well, that Six Flags may be looking at pulling the plug on El Toro. I mean, 2 incidents in a little over a year.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
That's not very good odds.
No, it's not. And like I said, they already had a field investigation after the incident, like I think a week or 2 later, and they found multiple wooden track support columns in the area, like broken. And yeah, it not a good look for Six Flags, and not a good look for Intimate, not a good look for the amusement park industry as a whole. But I mean
the Germans, they were mortal enemies to us back in World War II, and now they're taking care of Colossus way better than we're taking care of El Toro.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at this. It really is a shame because if you ask me, everyone's going to have their own different opinions. I know people that like King Dakar the best at Great Adventure, some even Jersey Devil, but the majority's favorite ride, at least when we're talking about enthusiasts, is El Toro. And it's just, I can't imagine the park without it, but the fact that it really could happen, and it'll be sad because I've had a lot of good memories riding it.
Yeah, and we could actually be seeing a lot more personal favorites biting the dust. Like El Toro and King de Cobb both might actually be on the chopping block soon because Tothel Dragster's leaving.
Yeah, the only differences with that is Dragster. Well, no, I don't even want to say that. They both have had so much downtime. I don't even want to say that.
And if that's the case, then the two best coasters in the park, well, at least in our opinions, the two best coasters in the park would be gone.
Yeah, it really is a shame. But I mean, we could talk about this all day. It's really is a shame. But I think, so we don't bore you guys, I think it's time to move on to our next topic, which is really cool. I did not see this coming. Well, I don't want to say I didn't see it coming, but it was somewhat of a surprise. And that is Mr. Freeze at Six Flags Over Texas reopening as the coolest coaster on the planet. So it will no longer be backwards. So Over Texas revealed across their social media pages a POV of the ride with the caption, "Last chance to ride Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast" on September 11th. But then they also put, "Do you really think it's going away? Not a chance. Stay tuned for more." So this obviously led to speculation from enthusiasts and park goers that it wasn't done for. And what happened like 2 weeks later, they revealed on their social media page that it'll be coming back forward with an all new logo as the coolest coaster on the planet. So really exciting stuff out of Over Texas. What do you think?
Here's what got me. When I looked at the Instagram post about them announcing that Mr. Freeze Reverse Blast is going away, they put Mr. Freeze in all caps and not Reverse Blast. So a lot of people thought that it was going to stay launching backwards, but it was going to get rethemed because you put something that's important in all caps. They put the words Mr. Freeze in all caps, not Reverse Blast. It turns out the reverse part is gone. It's still called Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, and the new logo looks really cool as well.
I love the new logo. A lot of people don't, but I do.
Yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You've been to Over Texas?
No.
Or no, just Fiesta. Okay.
So I've ridden Mr. Freeze though. I've ridden its identical counterpart at Six Flags St. Louis.
I knew you've been on one of the two. So, how do you think it'll be forwards compared to backwards?
I think it'll be better. They were designed to launch forwards.
Really? Okay.
That's how it was from 98 to 2010 or 11. I can't remember when they put it backwards. But and actually the slogan, "The coolest coaster on the planet," that's a throwback to what the slogan was when it was forwards originally.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
That was its catchphrase back when it was forwards a long time ago. They brought that slogan back.
Oh, that's sick. Nice. So really exciting stuff out of Six Flags Over Texas. You got anything else you want to say about this, or are we moving on?
I think it's interesting that they're keeping the St. Louis one backwards, but putting the Over Texas one forwards again. If anything, it gives you a reason to visit both parks now.
Yeah. Experience they're I don't want to say totally, but they're different experiences now.
Yeah, they're really good. The St. Louis one, that was my favorite coaster in the park by a mile when I rode that.
Really? Yeah. What else is that? The Boss, right?
And American Thunder, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, Premier Rides, I don't want to say they're a bad manufacturer by any means, but they definitely do not make the best rides in the industry anymore. But they did at one point, and yeah, it's cool to hear that you still like those rides.
Coasters.
Say that again?
They're really good at making launch coasters.
Yeah, I'll give them that. And I mean, this is pretty much no surprise to anyone. Comfort collars are not the best, but
no, I experienced them the first time when I went to Florida with Tigress and Icebreaker. On Icebreaker, they weren't too bad. On Tigress, they were just unforgiving, though.
Yeah, that's why I got to ride Phobia Fear at Lake Compounds, because that one has lap bars. Like Tempesto has the comfort collars. So I got to see the difference.
Phobia is so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Lake Compounds as a whole looks awesome. So,
so underrated.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about this next topic here. What to expect from SeaWorld Orlando's surf coaster? What do you got on that?
Yeah, so first off, SeaWorld Orlando, they had to delay the announcement for it due to Hurricane Ian. The announcement was actually supposed to be yesterday, September 27th. As of today, September 28th, the park is closed through tomorrow when the hurricane is supposed to pass.
I actually want to add something about Hurricane Ian it's called, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I read earlier today that, Busch Gardens Tampa, SeaWorld Orlando, Legoland, most of the parks except Disney was not planned to close at all, but now they're starting to close the parks because of how bad the hurricane has gotten. But they were not planning to close, which I think is absolutely crazy. Like, from a safety perspective, Disney has had, overall in the industry, Disney and Universal have probably had the best reputation out of every chain in the industry. And if someone were to get hurt at Disney, you know how bad that would have looked for them if they refused to close. I'm glad they are, though. They're putting people's lives at stake by staying open, because there are crazy people out there that will still go to Disney World in a hurricane.
Yeah. But the first pieces of track were installed earlier this week, and it's going to be a new generation stand-up coaster, as well as the first stand-up coaster built since 1999. The last one ever built was Georgia Scorcher at my secondary home park, Six Flags Over Georgia.
Right, yeah. So,
and if you've been,
go ahead. You got to finish.
If you've been to SeaWorld Orlando, you know where this is going. It's going right in the front of the park, off to the right after you enter. And what's good about this is it'll make the park a complete loop. Because before, when I went earlier this year, it was just a U shape. It ended at Icebreaker, and then there was a dead end. You had to walk all the way back around again.
It'll be like I said, I've never been to SeaWorld Orlando, but it'll be the bridge that will connect the two now, right?
Yeah, connecting point between Icebreaker and the front of the park again.
Right. Yeah, I was excited when they announced it. It's awesome to see that construction is already underway. I think it's going to fit really good in SeaWorld's lineup. They already have 3 B&Ms, and from what I've heard, they're all reliable. B&M is pretty reliable in general, but it varies sometimes from park to park. But at least at SeaWorld Orlando, they've had a good history with B&M. So I'm not surprised that they wanted to add another one.
Yeah, Mako, best B&M Hyper. Manta, best B&M Flyer. Of the ones I've ridden, I haven't ridden Tatsu yet.
Okay, yeah. And Kraken, it's kind of just there. But
it's okay. It's just really rough.
Yeah, but I hear it doesn't break down a lot. That's what I'm saying in that way.
No, it's never down. The B&Ms at SeaWorld Orlando are never down. How many B&Ms does Florida have now? Because you got 4 now at SeaWorld Orlando. You got 3 at Busch Gardens Tampa, so that makes 7. And then you have Hulk at Islands of Adventure, so 8.
Yeah, I think you just you named them all. Yeah, because Dragon Challenge isn't there anymore. So yeah, that's all of them.
That's sad. But you can't complain now when you got Hagrid's and Velocicoaster Islands of Adventure. The park is stacked now. But
I can't wait to go. When I go back for senior trip, it's going to be awesome.
The teaser video they released, just based off of that, we know it'll feature at least one inversion, and it'll have a launch, and it'll have vest restraints, which I'm really skeptical about how those will go over on a stand-up coaster.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a family coaster, so maybe it won't
It's not going to be a family coaster.
It's basically how they're advertising it is in between Icebreaker and Mako, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so I would call that. I wouldn't call that. Maybe I wouldn't call that a family coaster. I would call it a moderate or an intermediate, whatever's right in the middle. So it's not Mako or Manta level, but it's close to it. So what I'm getting at is B&M stand-ups have gotten the reputation over the years for being painful.
Yeah,
pain means fun to Tyler Burke.
Yeah. Stand-up.
So do you think it'll be uncomfortable?
I don't know. Stand-up coasters are notoriously hated because people think they're uncomfortable. They've never bothered me, but I know a lot of people who it absolutely does bother them. I think this edition, I think it'll be a hit or miss depending on how comfortable it is. It'll either be a big hit or a big miss.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to check it out whenever I do get the chance to go to SeaWorld Orlando. Like we've said, they already have a really good coaster lineup. I think it would be cool if they added a gravity group or a GCI. Even though White Lightning is right around the corner, it's still and Mind Blower. It still would be cool.
Mind Blower's so terrible. I hate that coaster.
But I'm saying, I mean, there's 2 wooden coasters nearby, but still, a lot of people that go to Florida don't know what Fun Spot is. So it would be cool for SeaWorld to have a wooden coaster down the line. But I mean, another B&M, they're reliable. It's exciting. It's going to be a cool ride.
Yeah, and the video, it ends with hashtag high surf advisory. I think that's a cool way to end the video.
You think that's what the name's going to be, High Surf?
Probably not. I would like to see it be named Surfs Up. I think that'd be a pretty cool name, although I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I doubt it, just because it's SeaWorld. I don't know. I don't know. That sounds more like something that would be at like a boardwalk park, at least to me. So, all right. And now, time for our last topic. Yeah, and this was revealed yesterday, just like Catapult Falls. SeaWorld San Diego reveals their Intamin roller coaster, Arctic Adventure. It'll be a family straddle coaster, and it's set to open in 2023. So what do you got on this?
First off, it's going to be Arctic Rescue, not Arctic Adventure.
Did I say Adventure?
Yeah.
No, okay. I have it typed as Arctic Rescue there. Good. Okay, so we got that good. Arctic Rescue. There we go.
That's fine. But so it's going to be an Intamin family straddle coaster, one of 2 opening next year. The other one, of course, being Dark Coaster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg.
Yeah, right.
And SeaWorld, they must love these Intamin family straddle coasters because they already have Wavebreaker at SeaWorld San Antonio, and they're adding 2 more next year.
Yeah, SeaWorld is like running the industry right now. It's crazy.
They really are. And if you've ridden Wavebreaker, the rescue coaster, I've ridden it twice. I thought the straddle seating on it was really cool. That one is themed to riding a jet ski. These 2, Arctic Rescue and Dark Coaster, they'll be themed to riding a snowmobile.
Right. So you said Wavebreaker. Would you say it's intense or no for a family coaster?
It's not intense at all. It's really fun, though.
Okay, so you think it'll be a good fit for San Diego?
Well, here's the thing. It's very, very similar to Manta. If it wasn't for the snowmobile style seating, it would be too similar to Manta, if you ask me.
Yeah, because they both don't have inversions. They both have launches. I mean, they just got Emperor, and they have Electric Eel, so they do have coasters with inversions, but I get what you're saying.
Over the ground, tight turns.
That's right. Yeah, I actually kind of forgot about Manta. That's true. From I guess company perspective, there are very similar rides. Why wouldn't they have thought to add something more unique? But I mean, hey, we don't own it.
Well, what makes it different, obviously, is the straddle seating. And interestingly, I looked this up on RCDB. Interestingly, the length of track of Arctic Rescue and Manta is exactly the same. 2,800 feet of track for both of them. Exactly.
Wow. And they're not cloned. They are different layouts, right?
Yeah. One is mock rides and one is Intamin.
Right. Yeah.
I would think Arctic Rescue would be better just because of the seating arrangement.
Is the seating a little uncomfortable for the mock rides one?
No, it's just what I'm saying is it's not your typical sit-down roller coaster. It's got the snowmobile style seating where you can lean forward and grab onto the handlebars.
And then you like have your feet. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, in motorcycle position, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
SeaWorld San Diego is a smaller park, so most of their coasters are rather short. And just like all the other coasters at SeaWorld San Diego, it's blue. Apparently, they have some restriction that they have to have all their coasters be blue.
Wait, is that actually true?
Apparently so.
Where'd you read that?
I heard that from Coaster Studios.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say he's a invalid source, but I mean, he could have just pointed that out to be funny. I don't know. I don't watch Coaster Studios like that, but I mean, that's weird now thinking about it. Electric Eel, Manta. I mean, they're all different colors of blue, different shades, but they're all blue. That's true. That's so weird. I never thought of that.
Where is blue? I mean, come on. And it'll have 3 launches, max speed of 40 miles an hour, compared to Dart Coaster, which will have 2 launches, which actually technically 4 because you go through the circuit twice.
Yeah.
On Dart Coaster.
Very true. So where do you think it'll rank in the park with what they already have?
Probably number 2 or 3. I'd say probably 2. I think Emperor will still be 1.
Oh, okay. So better than Manta. Nice.
Here's the question. Will it actually be better than Manta?
I mean, this is us talking. Everyone has different opinions, but we're talking like what the majority of guests will say. Like, will they say that's the best coaster in all of SeaWorld San Diego, or will they say, nah, that kind of sucked. I like the kiddie coaster better.
I think between Manta and Arctic Rescue, I think the response is going to be 50-50 for which is better. I'll say though, Southern California will have a lot of good family coasters between Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland, Space Mountain at Disneyland, Manta, Arctic Rescue. What's the one at Six Flags Magic Mountain? Ninja. That's it. The arrow suspended coaster at Six Flags.
Okay.
Magic.
Yeah. I figured you were going to mention one of the ones at Magic Mountain. Speedy Gonzales.
And at SeaWorld San Diego, Tidal Twister, we don't talk about that.
It's still there?
Yeah, even after Harley Quinn left Six Flags Discovery Kingdom.
I did not know that it was still there. I thought they removed it like a year ago. That's crazy.
Supposedly terrible. I haven't ridden it.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. So do you got anything else written down about Arctic Rescue, or are we all good?
I'm looking.
Yeah, we took notes before the show. I mean, if you couldn't tell already, majority of this has been unscripted. This is our first time doing this, but we still wanted to have some notes to, play off of. We have some knowledge, though.
Yeah, I've covered everything that I took notes on.
Okay, yeah, same here, man. All right, so thanks for watching our first episode, everybody. Well, this is your channel, Jason, so I'll let you take over here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Nick, for joining me this week. Be sure to stay tuned for next week's episode. And this is Coasters and Things.
And Beyond the Thrills.
Signing out.